Greetings, IndyCar enjoyers, and welcome back to the Music City Grand Prix, presented by Bruschetta Bourbon. Yeah, and I'm also filming this late at night, and I just got dressed up in my jammies. And this video is also late, by the way. The reason being is that I was distracted, but anyways. Like before, Scott Bruschetta will be the Grand Marshal to give off the command for the drivers to start their engines, but anyways. This year's Music City Grand Prix begins with Kyle Kirkwood being pushed to the lead. Newgarden and Kirkwood battle for the lead. Newgarden tries his best to get past Kirkwood, but Kirkwood holds him off. And the race gets yellow flagged right when Kyle Collette went into the wall. Dang it. Several drivers come down to pit road and Scotty Mack wins the race off pit road. The race restarts with Louis Foster jumping to the lead as he stayed out. The race goes 3 wide as Palou and Newgarden battle for 5th. Palou is now in 4th. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Malukas takes the lead after Foster fell back. Palou is on the tail of Kirkwood. Malukas continues to lead. Holy crapper, he is now 3 seconds ahead. Is there anything that can stop him? Rossi gets past Armstrong for 10th. Even crazier is the fact that Mick Schumacher is in 11th, and yep, Mick Schumacher is also the son of Michael Schumacher, by the way, just in case if you haven't known already, because pretty much a lot of people know about this. Malukas' lead gap starts to shrink as he gets held up by a lap car. And keep in mind, push to pass is not allowed on ovals because it's too dangerous, but the hybrid system is. Yeah, go figure. Malukas comes down to pit road and surrenders the lead to Scotty Mack. Joseph Newgarden manages to get past Alex Palou. Malukas is currently stuck in traffic. Newgarden tries getting past Kirkwood, but Kirkwood holds him off and Palou gets past him. Rasmussen gets loose when he gets into the marbles. VK comes down to pit road and Rossi joins in alongside him. Scotty Mack is next to come down to pit road and Kirkwood also joins in. Palou is in the lead until, yep, you guessed it, he too pits in. VK got past him due to the undercut. Malukas gets the lead back after the other drivers made their pit stops under green. Holy crapper, he might finally get his breakout win, yeah! David Malukas is overdue for a victory. David Malukas continues to ride behind lap traffic. So far, not much is going on. Malukas puts Christian Lundgaard a lap down. Rasmussen comes down to pit road. Malukas is next to come down to pit road. Scotty Mack takes the lead. And the race gets yellow flagged again right when Scott Dixon crashes into Rossi and Rossi gets into the wall. Oh man! Scott Dixon's not having any luck, especially with the controversy of him saying that the NASCAR races put him to sleep and he needs time to catch up on his naps. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, Scott Dixon, but I should probably watch what you're saying. No offense, man. Palou pits in before the pits would be closed, but anyways. Once pit road is open, several drivers come down to pit road. Scotty Mack wins the race off pit road as Newgarden has a slow stop. Alex Palou takes the lead. Man, he was smart to pit in before the pits would be closed. That guy's a freaking genius. And Rasmussen's out of the race. Dang it! During the caution period, we will get an interview with Caitlin Brown, as Fox usually does the pit crew spotlights. Yeah, they started doing that this year, but anyways. The race restarts with Alex Palou jumping to the lead. Kirkwood and Scotty Mack battle for 2nd. He is now in danger of losing 3rd to Newgarden. Scotty Mack continues to try out Alex Palou. Holy crapper! Rinus VK is neck and neck with Newgarden. Now that is a rare underdog moment. Scotty Mack just can't seem to get to the tail of Alex Palou. Man, he is just as good on ovals as he is on road and street course. Oh no. Joseph Newgarden's cool suit's failing. Wait! IndyCar drivers have cool suits too? I thought that cool suits were a NASCAR thing, but apparently IndyCar has them too. And I've heard that Formula 1 has something similar. Malukas and Ericsson battle for 8th, and just like that, Malukas takes 8th. A couple of lap cars try to hold off Palou, but he scoots past them with no problem. It did cost him his lead gap, but he gains it back. Scotty Mack comes down to pit road. Alex Palou gets stuck behind Lundgaard, and the race gets yellow flagged right when Dennis Hauger loses control and gets into the grass. Palou takes the bold risk to come down to pit road during the caution period, and several more join in alongside him. Alex Palou wins the race off pit road. Yeah, that's to be expected. After a lengthy caution period as the sweepers were brought out, the race restarts with Palou continuing to lead. Ericsson almost took second. Palou is doing his best to hold off Newgarden, who has the hometown advantage as he lives in Nashville. Yep, hometown hero. Malukas takes third from Ericsson. Even with hard tires, Palou hangs on to the lead. Mick Schumacher is in eighth. Newgarden has no energy left from the batteries of the hybrid system itself. Yeah, if you have no energy from the hybrid system, you're pretty much done for, and you can't use it as an extra boost, but the hybrid system is secondary, unlike Formula 1, which is a critical component. Yeah. I'm not going to explain it in great detail. Scotty Mack and Marcus Ericsson battle for fifth, and Scotty Mack pulls away just like that. The top three cars run close like the Tour de France, but at 200 miles per hour and with actual roaring sound. Graham Rahal gets lapped again. Dirty air also becomes a factor when another car gets closer. Here we go, the battle continues. With 6 to go, Palou continues to lead as Newgarden's softs start to wear out and they no longer have the grip at finish. Palou then laps Louis Foster again. That also causes Newgarden to fall back. He is now 1.2 seconds ahead because of lap traffic. On the final lap, Alex Palou is on his way to taking another surprise oval victory. And just like that, Alex Palou wins this year's Music City Grand Prix right when Spain won the World Cup. Yeah! There's no question about it. 9 out of 10. The end of the race got exciting, and Alex Palou did an excellent job of holding off the hometown hero Joseph Newgarden. Yeah, I'm sure some of you were probably bummed out that Joseph Newgarden didn't win, but that argument is invalidated because Alex Palou's victory was freaking awesome. A Spanish driver winning an IndyCar race after a Spanish team won the FIFA World Cup. And speaking of which, here's the FIFA World Cup final review, even though I'm not that great at reviewing other types of sports besides racing. But let's go. Greetings, World Cup enjoyers, and this is bonus content for the IndyCar race review at Nashville. I don't usually talk about soccer that much, or heck, even other types of sports besides racing. But, since the IndyCar race had to get moved up in order to accommodate the World Cup final, I might as well. We get the American National Anthem, the pre-game musical number, the Spanish National Anthem, and the Argentinian National Anthem. Man, 3 national anthems in a row. You think that's enough? Anyways. The biggest game on earth begins with the two teams going after the ball. Yeah, I'm not an expert on soccer, by the way, or football, as the Europeans like to call it. The Spanish players start passing around the ball, but then Argentina tries stealing it. Nico Gonzalez tipped and drew the first foul. Argentina takes the ball. Argentina then loses the ball again. A couple of players fell on the ground. Anyways, the game restarts with both balls going after the ball, although I don't think the game ever pauses like in NFL or NHL. Holy crapper, Spain almost got a goal. Yeah, that's a thing with FIFA soccer. A goal isn't scored because both teams just go after the ball, and the goalies block them. And it's going to be a recurring thing with FIFA. Argentina takes the ball until Spain steals it. Here we go. The battle's on. Neither teams have scored a goal. Both teams pass around the ball. Spain hangs onto the ball, but Argentina steals it. Argentina attempts to score another goal, only for the goalie to block it. The ref raises the yellow flag. Both teams try to score, only for the goalie to block the ball. Yeah, this is basically a pattern. One of the Spanish players then kicks the ball. Keep in mind, I don't know much about soccer or football, as the European calls it, so this is my first time reviewing a soccer game and, well, a sport other than racing. Argentina attempts to steal the ball from Spain. One of the Argentinian players does a slide kick on a Spanish player and ends up breaking his leg. Dang, I'm glad the ref caught that. Seriously, ref, you should monitor the players, man. Do your job. Messi gets bumped by another player, and that's rare for Messi to get bumped into. One of the Argentinian players has the free kick. He misses the goal by a long shot. Argentina and Spain go after the ball. More tackling ensues. Fico also gets involved, and the ref blows the whistle. More aggression ensues and the ref blows the whistle again. An Argentinian player gets bumped by a Spanish player and falls onto the grass. Man, there sure is a lot of happening. The two teams continue to go at the ball, and they still haven't scored. If we get penalties, the race might get delayed and cut into the NASCAR race. So far, no goals. Spain almost scores, and it was a hard hit for the goalie himself. Spain then attempts to score again. Come on, Messi, score that goal. Nicholas gets benched. The game would have ended after the 45 minutes was up, but we get 4 extra minutes because no team has scored yet. Yep, here we go. The first half eventually ends. The game is split into 2 halves, so that is to be expected. Oddly enough, the halftime show is way better than the game itself. Sorry, FIFA fans, although it would have been better if Eurodance groups and singers performed the halftime shows instead of guys like BTS and Justin Bieber. Seriously, get Eiffel 55 or Hadaway in there, you know, the guys that made the song called What Is Love? Heck, even Crazy Frog would be a better fit. Yes, Crazy Frog, the guy that a lot of people seem to not like. Bangers every time. Like, yeah, he might be the annoying thing, but his songs are always going to be bangers. And good songs to dance to, by the way. Especially Axel F. So beggars can't be choosers. Also, we have a cameo from Kermit and Miss Piggy. At least we have that. After the halftime break is over, the game restarts with Spain and Argentina continuing to go after the ball. One of the Argentinian players rolled on the ground. Still no goals. 60 minutes in, and we get another injury mentioned. Dang it. Come on, score a goal, guys. We get more substitutions. Man, so many players are getting benched. Here we go. Another close goal. Spain tries to score again. We have another hydration break, and that's the thing with FIFA, because the players do a lot of running and kicking and passing around the ball, and they need all of the hydration that they can from Powerade, which, yeah, Mark Martin and Jimmy Johnson are not big fans of Powerade, but they're the official sponsors, so you gotta stick with it. The game continues, and neither team have yet to score. It's just more kicking and passing. Pedri attempts scoring, and the goalie grabs the ball. Holy crapper. That was a hard hit. Another goal gets blocked. Williams kicks the ball. The ball flies into the crowd, but thankfully no one was hurt. Argentina gets the ball, and then we have another tackle. Man, this game sure is getting brutal. The Argentinian goalie blocks a fast ball. The ball flies into the stands again, or at least that's what it looks like, because sometimes, yeah, it might look like it flies into the stands, but it probably wouldn't. Extra time gets added as neither team has yet to score. The Spanish player pushes one of the Argentinian players down. Argentina tries to score only for the Spanish goalie to block it, although both teams are probably Spaniards since, yeah, there's a story going around that Argentina was colonized by the Spanish just like how Mexico was, so it's basically Spaniards against Spaniards. Spain also tries to score. A couple of Spanish players fall on the ground. Oh man, that was not intentional. One of the players gets a red card. More tackles ensue. The goaltender blocks another kick. Holy crapper, he's amazing. We get extra time. So the game will not end just yet. Man, looks like someone got out the Twizzlers, and this also affected the IndyCar race, by the way. The IndyCar race at Nashville was being held hostage by a game that someone probably brought out the Twizzlers and would never end. And a rain delay. Yeah, there was a freaking storm in Nashville. Good lord. Ugh. Holy crap. Another fastball is blocked. The ball goes over the net. After it's still 0-0, we might get a shootout. Holy crapper, Spain finally scores a goal. Yeah, a team finally scored. About time, man. The game isn't over just yet, though. And Spain almost scored again, but it wasn't counted due to the offside rule. Seriously, like, I don't know why this rule is a thing. Like, a goal is a goal. If you score the goal into the net, it should count, regardless of which side you're on. Another close call, the Spanish goaltender blocks the ball while chaos ensues. Holy crapper, Spain manages to win their first World Cup since 2010 and dethrones Argentina's dominance. Yeah, and for that reason alone it gets a 9 out of 10, although I wanted Argentina to win. So yeah, not an expert on soccer, aka football, so yeah. It's not my wheelhouse to review ball and stick games. So, I'm pretty much sticking to what I know best from now on. Racing, aka motorsports. Motorsports is much easier for me to review because I've had experience in the field. But anyways, it is time to sign off. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time and peace out.